I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It's your favorite remote work enthusiast, Delilah, and you guys, I am back, all right? I took a little hiatus, but I am back, and I have 5 hot leads, okay? I have a part-time night job. I also have some data entry, and I have some full-time roles. Like, I have something for everybody. So I'm excited. I'm not gonna delay because these will close fast. We're just gonna go ahead and get into the details, but first things first, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you tap that notification bell. Select all, that way YouTube tells you every time I post. And like I said, I am back to posting Monday through Friday. So go ahead and take care of that business. And once you do, we will be ready to jump in. You just gotta apply. All right, so jumping on in here, the first hot lead that I want to share with y'all, and like I mentioned, I have 5 hot leads from 4 different companies, so I'm going to just hit the highlights, okay? The first company I'm going to share is a new to this channel company called WFH Health, and this company specializes in addiction treatment. And so if you check out their homepage, you can see there's a lot of information about how they help people with their recovery. If you go over to their Glassdoor account, you can see more information about them, and it seems like people really enjoy this company, which is great. So jumping into the first hot lead that I want to share from them is their medical assistant position. This pays $25 per hour. It's from 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and you have Thursday off. I'm not sure if you're going to have another day of the week off, but likely. And so looking at the responsibilities, the qualifications, all of that good stuff, you're going to be communicating and providing support to members over chat, email, and phone using exceptional customer service. You're going to relay member needs to the provider, correspond with pharmacies, and complete prior authorizations, maintain strict confidentiality with handling member information, and then you're going to have to learn and maintain knowledge of their EHR, product and communication platforms, and demonstrate empathy and compassion. And so to qualify, you need to be passionate about providing stellar internal and external customer service, strong analytical ability, 1 or more years of healthcare experience and knowledge of medical terminology is preferred, and comfortable asking for support, help, and guidance as needed. And so you don't need to have experience in substance use disorder treatment or behavioral health, but that is definitely a plus. And you get really great benefits. So this one definitely got my attention. And if you like it, the apply button is at the bottom. And yes, we've got you covered with the remote resume builder software. We have tons of templates in the remote resume builder software. These are ATS optimized templates. And I'm always telling y'all, this is just a little preview of the templates that we have. We have a ton more inside of the remote resume builder software. Now, if you were interested in this role, you could do either the healthcare resume template and customize from there. You could also use the prior authorizations resume template and customize it from there, because they do mention prior authorizations as one of the responsibilities. So if you have experience doing prior authorizations, or if you're just coming from a healthcare background, either or will work, and that's the template for you. And we also have the corresponding cover letter templates too. So try out the software. It's just $1 to try it out during our 7-day try before you buy trial. And then after that, you can make as many resumes and cover letters, use all the templates you want. We're adding new ones very, very soon. And like I said, we have even more than what's listed. You can try all of that out for $1, and it's only $37 per month, unlimited after that. And I think you guys are going to love the software because it has helped folks get hired. Okay. And it's easy peasy to use. Okay. You just choose the template you want to use. You go into the wizard, you make it true to you. It's already filled out, but you add your razzle dazzle, and then boom, you are ready to download. So try it out. And now let's move on to the second hot lead. Now, jumping on into the second hot lead, same company, WFH Health. Okay, they also are hiring for a member experience specialist 1 position. This one is a Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern time role, and the pay is $21 per hour. And I also really like this one because I know a lot of us have worked in healthcare, we've worked on the phones, we've worked with members, and we want to take our talents to the house. So you can do that here, and to qualify, you just need to be passionate about internal and external customer service. It's nice if you have a bachelor's degree, but it's preferred. And for the pay, you definitely would just want to have the background. I would not be looking for this if I have a degree. And then 2 years of inside sales or healthcare or customer service experience. So as long as you've worked in healthcare or customer service or something where you would have the skills to do this role, I would apply to this job. And so you get the same great benefits. And I think this is a great opportunity, and it's also available US wide. So if you want to choose one of the templates for this one, you could also go with the healthcare template. We also have a healthcare call center resume template, which I feel like would be a little bit better since you will be doing a lot of internal and external communication with customers. So get your application in, use the remote resume builder software for just $1. And now let's move on to company number 2. All right, so jumping on in here, company number 2, okay, lead number 3 comes from another new to this channel company called Specialty Care, and they are in hospitals and healthcare as well. It says that they specialize in perfusion, ECMO, intraoperative neuromonitoring, sterile processing, and other services. So yeah, okay, that's what this company does. And you can check out their Glassdoor. And I will say that they don't have the greatest rating. Based off of what I was looking at with the reviews, some people feel like the pay could be higher. Now, with that stated, I wanted to share this hot lead because this is for a part-time night shift job. Now, I just want to pause and say for a moment, why I feel like sometimes we shouldn't get so hung up on the ratings of companies, especially if we're looking for certain things. Like, for example, if this was supposed to be my make some extra money, pay off some bills, get to the next stepping stone type role, I would not be so concerned about what are, people saying about the company, their reviews. However, if this was my main thing, like I'm trying to grow with this company, I'm trying to do this full time, I want to, move forward, then I would not really be so excited about this company or any company for that matter that has a lower rating. So if you're just trying to make something work for the time being, this is supposed to be to pay off debt or, whatever your financial goals are, it's a part-time job. So it's not like you're going to be paying all your bills with it. I would not be so focused on the rating. That's my personal opinion. I have worked jobs before where that was my thought process. And I know sometimes we're like, but it's not a great company, to each their own. That's what I have to say about that. So off of my soapbox, back to this hot lead. This is for their scheduling representative position. Is part-time and they give us the hours. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday is the schedule. And majority of the time you're working from 5 to 7 p.m. And then on Friday and Saturday, you're working from 4 to 8 p.m. And so it's part-time, you're scheduling, and that's what you're doing. And so to qualify, it's nice if you have a vocational or college degree, but you don't need that. It's preferred. It's preferred if you've worked in a fast-paced environment, preferred if you've worked in a medical setting, preferred if you have medical terminology experience, but you definitely got to be proficient with Microsoft Office. So the pay is going to be between $20 and $22 per hour. They say that they anticipate closing this application in August, but as we know on my channel, when y'all get a hold of it, y'all shut them down. So if you're interested, if this sounds good to you, then I would hit that apply button. And yes, we've got a template for you. We have the perfect template, actually. I would use the appointment scheduling resume template. It is perfect. It's like it was made for this role. And then of course I would pair it with the accompanying appointment scheduling cover letter template. We've got all the cover letters and all the resumes you need. And I would get my application in ASAP for just $1. And so now let's move on to the third company. So moving along to the third company, this is from a company called Ferguson. I have shared them multiple times. They have like water heaters and, other type of industrial, residential type stuff. If you go to their Glassdoor, you can see that people enjoy working here. Huge company, 10,000 plus employees. And it says that they offer, supplies and they're in the supply industry. So jumping into their hot lead, this is for their accounts payable entry position. This is a data entry type typing role. And they just posted it. It's full time. And they let us know that the pay for this position is going to range somewhere between $15 and $20.63 per hour. I would definitely ask them for that $20.63 per hour because they are looking for people who have experience with accounts payable, procurement, or other financial experience. So maybe that could be you worked at a bank, you were like a bank teller, or maybe you were like a member services representative at a bank or some sort of financial institution. Maybe you worked for a mortgage company. Either way, those are very important skills to have. So you absolutely want to ask for that $20 and change, if not more. Hey, you can ask for what you want to ask for. And so what you're doing in this role is you're going to ensure invoice images and supporting documents are accurate. You're going to enter invoice details into their ERP by using accounts payable three-way match process, investigate and resolve problems and inquiries, and ability to identify different accounting document types. So everything you're doing is centered around making sure that you get those vendor invoices prepared and entered. And if you love this role, it's available US-wide unless you live really close to Newport News, Virginia, then they're going to want you to work on a hybrid schedule. I would get my application in ASAP. And yes, we have a template for you. I would definitely use the data entry resume template and customize it from there. If you have accounts payable experience or if you've worked in, any sort of financial industry, that's what you would further customize the template with. And then of course, because we've got them already filled out, there is no reason why you should not also include the data entry cover letter template and be on your merry way to remote work land. So now let's jump into the fourth and final company. All right, so jumping on into the fifth hot lead from the fourth company, okay? This is limited, but I was gone for a little bit and I always got to take care of y'all because I told some folks from Cali, I got you. Okay, so today's final hot lead, this one is just for folks in California. This is from a place called SenCal Health. And if you check out their Glassdoor, great company, people love them. They're based out of Santa Barbara and they are also in the healthcare industry. And they are currently hiring for a data specialist. This role is going to pay somewhere between $23.30 and $32.62 per hour. You guys know me. It's just as easy to ask for the high end it is to ask for the low end. And you're going to be responsible for learning and performing foundational tasks in support of accurate and timely provider data configuration. And so this is an entry-level role, and you're going to perform basic data configuration and data entry functions, including but not limited to supporting compliance with all regulations, basic configuration of provider data, configuring newly contracted providers into the provider database, and support the return mail process. So that's what you're doing. This is like a data entry / admin position. So if you want to apply to this, and remember, this one's just for my folks in Cali, okay? Sometimes I just choose somebody. Californians are always being left out. So you guys have plenty of other leads to apply to, but this one is for Cali. And if you want to apply, I would definitely get my application in using either the data entry resume template, or I would use actually the administrative coordinator resume template, because admin coordinators do data entry and they have to do deliverables, which is more along the lines of this role. And then of course, pair it with the cover letter template and you are good to go. So you guys get your application in ASAP using the software. You're going to be so glad that you did. As soon as you sign up, you're going to get your own login. It's going to look just like this when you log in. All of the templates are already uploaded. And when I tell you it is an easy to use software, I mean it, okay? It only takes a few minutes to watch the tutorials. We'll send you a login to my Teachable school. That's email too. So first email as soon as you sign up will be your login. Second email as soon as you sign up to my Teachable school, where you'll spend like 3 minutes watching tutorials. And then the third email is just a handy dandy link to our support desk in case you ever need to reach out to us and have a question, okay? We are in the support desk 7 days a week, even if I'm not on YouTube, okay? We take care of all of y'all. So try out the software. I know you're gonna love it. Link is in the description box below. Now that's not all, folks. Guess what? All of these hot leads came from Extra Leads Club. Yeah, I was MIA for a week, okay? It was just a couple of days a week, not that big of a deal. But guess what wasn't MIA? Extra Leads Club. Yeah. Every single weekday, we add leads to Extra Leads Club, whether I'm on YouTube or not. So there are so many hot leads, including all the leads that I shared today. They were featured in Extra Leads Club. And we had about 3 dozen of the hottest leads every single weekday. We verify that they are legitimate. We give you the links to apply, their Glassdoor, the pay information, all of that is at a glance. And you can try it out for just $1. And while it is still just $10 a month, go ahead and lock in your pricing because I told y'all, Extra Leads Club is about to increase in price. So if you sign up today, no matter what the price becomes tomorrow, your price will always be just $10 a month for hundreds of verified leads. You really cannot beat that. So join ASAP. You'll be so glad that you did. Moving along, the next resource that I have for y'all is the mega list of jobs over on my website, remoteworklife.co. I don't know if y'all know this, but every time I share a new to this channel company, I add it here. There are 714 companies and counting, okay? I don't share the same 5 companies over and over again. I share lots of companies, and these are companies that have been around for a long time. And I'm always telling folks, don't feel so limited. Don't feel like no one is hiring. There are plenty of companies out here. You just have to discover them. And the mega list of jobs will help you discover so many more companies. You can search the mega list and you can find companies that will hire you to do the things that you want to do. So maybe you're into data entry, you can type in data entry and then boom, you'll see there are over 51 companies that we have tagged as offering data entry opportunities. Go directly to their careers pages, apply safely and securely, and get in even more applications. And this is absolutely free. So bookmark this page, come here every time you look for a job. You'll be so glad that you did. And last but certainly not least is my Amazon storefront. You guys, if you need work from home equipment, check out my Amazon storefront. Amazon's got the deals, and I'm always telling y'all, computers, okay? You need a computer. You don't got to run out to Best Buy and break the bank. You can get everything you need for under $150 or for whatever your budget is. But I always point out, these computers, this $120.99 computer, $121 buckaroos, will do just what you needed to do until you get ready to upgrade. So check out my Amazon storefront. Check out the mega list of jobs for more work from home opportunities. Join Extra Leads Club today for just $10 a month. Lock in your pricing, get lots of hot, legitimate work from home jobs sent to you every single weekday via the Extra Leads Club app, and get your application in for these hot leads using the remote resume builder software. We've got tons of templates, and we're about to drop off even more. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope this has been helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.